We're here. We're here.
Supplies.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Sorry
Hello.
for the delay, but anticipation builds character. So be
Does this go
patient.
down as better late than never?
Yes, you wanted us. It was either hey, we show up later, or we just don't show up. You
It's not what
choose your
we're about.
poison.
I'm gonna ship you the silica packets.
I think that's a good punishment.
Can I eat them?
At your own risk.
Go ahead. It smells like raw potatoes.
That's the shop
Oh, that-
Ryan silica pack.
Oh, that's the new shop rind.
It smells like
Or
raw
should I-
potatoes.
Or should I say the new shop swine? 'Cause it
Yeah,
stinks.
it smells bad.
Maybe that's how they get the strap extra stiff now. They're using a lot of starch.
Could be.
It's bad.
Welcome, Kirk.
What up, Kirk?
But I kept the first one, and if people don't like it,
What up, Miguel? Hello, Juan.
One.
Nico.
Nico.
Bonkers.
Resolin Bancas.
Chacon.
There we go. I didn't want to just call you Eric. Everyone else has extra emphasis on the Chacon. Why not just say Chacon?
Could have called him a chicharrone.
Ooh,
Oh.
those are pretty good though.
Those are well. I used to know what those tasted like, and they were delicious in the past. Right now, I have no idea
I
what
mean,
they
it's
taste like.
pork fat fried in pork fat.
I'm still waiting for Jones to send me a place that'll overnight Philly steaks because I sent you the one and you're like, that's not the spot.
Don't ever do
Nah.
that. I'm trying to. I might end up having to just do it this way. Go to a couple places I trust.
My order, see, I have a dream order. I just want meat and cheese whiz.
That's what they do. They put meat, cheese, whiz, and
said
little
whiz?
onions. And little onions.
Yeah,
Okay.
no
I'll-
onions.
I will get, but that's the way. That's what.
But I heard you say something about potatoes one time too.
There's different places that do cook potatoes into them.
See,
Like
I'm a
it's
meat and
what?
potatoes guy.
It's cheesesteak fried. It's the steak, fried onions, potatoes, A1 sauce cooked into it.
Just order
Yes.
from Pat's. Just
Then
order
with
from Pat's.
then with the cheese melted on top of that, and then it's
I
slapped
still
on
go
top
no
of-
onions though. Not an
Okay.
onion guy.
Hungry.
Just
Here's
little
Now I'm
baby
hungry.
diced onions.
Here's what I'll do. Since you're anti-onion, but the onion adds to the flavor, I'm going to do it this way. I will send you one with steak and whiz,
Gotta have the whiz.
and then I will send you the one steak and regular and cheese. Not whiz because the cheese tastes a little crisper than the whiz. I will use I will use Cooper Sharp cheese, and then I will send you one with the onions because that's what you have to do. Because the onions
You're-
cooked into it changes the whole game.
You're not allergic to anything, right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I just don't eat pork.
So I'm gonna send you an authentic Mexican burrito. One you'll die for. I'll overnight that motherfucker.
Because I was like, I'm gonna put it on dry ice, overnight it, and just be like, here, try these. The bread will be separated, and then it's gonna be. Whiz is a must. Nico, you traitor. Well, actually, you're not a traitor. You're from the western part of Pennsylvania, so I can't fault you for that.
Hold on. Let me bring it up.
But sorry, we kind of went left. We started talking about food.
It's dinner time for me. I'm hungry, fat man.
Understandable. Sorry.
It's bedtime for me.
See, but like you guys are familiar with like Philly steaks and deep dish pizza. My experience with deep dish pizza is Little Caesars.
That's Pat's. When I went there.
I'm just
if you're the third one in line, you're in the street.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like Jones can attest to that. Like there's two lines. The first line and then the second line is where you get your order. The first line, if you don't have your order ready, like you know what you want, when you get to the front, they send your ass to the back.
it's like a Seinfeld episode.
Like it's crazy.
Now that we made everybody hungry.
Yeah, but I had to park at like a drug mart and then walk, or like a Walgreens or a Rite Aid, and then walk down.
That's a hell of a walk you had to do. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm damn.
You know which one I'm talking about? Because I'm walking by all these like little apartment houses.
Yeah.
Well, because I was rumbling on YouTube the other night, and it was like the first video popped up was like best cheesesteak in Philly. I'm trying them all. It went to like 4 or 5 different places, and then it was like the best barbecue in Philly, and they went to this guy's backyard. I'll send you the video. The barbecue looks fucking fantastic. The guy's up at 3 a.m, starts barbecuing, and is sold out by noon.
Yeah, I think that's a guy that's probably up on Temple's campus. Does he have tomahawk steaks?
I believe so. He had a lot of shit.
Yeah, he runs out quickly. I've been trying to catch him, but it's always I'm sold out.
It's crazy. Pat's and Geno's right across.
This is a wrestling show, so
yes,
we're going to wrestling with the idea of eating food. So got you. Hey, I'm impressed. Not many people know about Gooey Louie, so I'm very impressed.
So the guy that was on the Philly steak video was like, yo, the steak on this one is better, but the bread on this one's better. Like he's like, I want a Frankenstein one.
Yeah, sometimes you're better off just like going to the place, buying a roll, and then going and get your steak from the one that seasons better and that has the better quality of food.
Bro, we don't have shit like that here. Like honestly, here I don't know about out there. For here in California, you're limited to you're gonna get fast food like Jack in a Box, In-N-Out, stuff like that, or like the big food now that is opening up everywhere is pho. Whatever.
Pho is great.
That's the new thing that's hitting everywhere.
Love me some pho.
You're from Delaware, so now I understand. It makes perfect sense.
Bro, I grew up poor on top ramen. I'm not eating pho.
Give it a chance one day.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I thought the same thing. But pho, real ramen, and top ramen are 3 completely different beasts.
Yeah.
Real ramen is a full-ass meal. Top ramen, if you doctor it up, it can become a full-ass meal.
I'd agree. All right.
Pho is a kind of warms your soul.
In more ways than one.
But Day, I used to like you. I'm making sure you get banned. You just made the list. Okay.
What are we talking about today, boys? How do we start this off?
All right. On track. Should we start with the oldest topic?
Oh yeah, because there were some people I heard complain because I canceled last week, but there were some reasons that happened. So you want to see?
You were on the ban list, Jones. People were crying, bro.
So you come see me. You inbox me if you got an issue. Guess what? You won't get a response, but you inbox me if you got an issue. But I'm kidding. I will respond to some of you. You come correct, I will respond. You come ignorance, you're just going to get ignored. I'm not going to block you, but I'll ignore you. We'll start with the Tuesday night wars that everyone was so antsy and anticipating. Last week, it was a complete and utter massacre. AEW was completely dominated and destroyed by technically a non-wrestling incorporated show.
Jeez.
But what did they completely expect when you go to the same night as another show? You talk crap before about you chased them off on Wednesdays. So you should have known they were going to bring their A game and try to destroy you on their night when they had already been beating you anyway on opposite nights without the help. So shame on you, Tony. That was your happy birthday present. Stop going online crying and tweeting saying,
I hope Tony cried on
they
his
did
birthday.
this, they did that. They tried to do this when my mom was in the hospital. I'm sorry your mom was in the cancer center. Don't take it as me.
Screw you, William Regal.
They tried to
Exactly.
take my talent when I was in the hospital.
Yeah, like what? That had nothing to do with anything. Tony,
In Tony's mind, it had everything to do
talk
with
to
it.
your PR people. You should not be tweeting. You're the owner.
I think
Shut up.
Tony Khan is no different than your typical teenage boy or girl on social media.
But at a point, we got to stop calling it a war. It's just
not a war. It's only a war in Tony's mind.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just
not
not
a
a war.
Yeah, it's mentally a war. But here's the thing, Tony. Do what the other owners and executive VPs did in other companies. Be an announcer. Sit at the table.
No.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Enter the
Can
Royal
you
Rumble.
imagine him trying to do a Vince McMahon style announcer? just put that on there. Really run that through your head for a second, and then like rephrase. Do you really want him to do that?
I was
I'm
hoping
not saying
Tony
I
would
want
be
him to do
number
it. I'm just
11
saying.
in the Rumble last night.
Dude, he's so starved for attention. I can guarantee you he probably flaked blown out his quads getting into the ring just to be more like Vince McMahon.
He would blow out his quads, fall down the ramp, saying, "Ha ha, I'm better."
Or dancing like Daniel Garcia.
He went like this.
Does he have any kids he can bring into the fold too?
I'm not sure. Is Tony Khan a dad?
When
I
they
don't
were
know.
here for a
I'm gonna Google
collision,
that.
when they were here for Collision, he comes out to the opening song of Major League for the movie. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, damn, why they playing this song for Major League? And he comes out,
We're gonna have a great show, everybody.
yeah. We have the best talent in the world. Like, dude, I understand you're giving the fans a pep talk, and everybody's like, Tony, and he's just like,
Just soaking it in.
oh, he's milking it.
See, they're here next week. Guess who's not going?
Come on, Jones.
Come on.
For who? For what?
Support a company.
Kenny Omega and MJF.
Pops.
It's MJF versus whatchamacallit next week.
Juice Robinson.
Juice
They
Robinson.
teased it.
I
They
really
teased
don't want to see that match.
Jones.
What about
Hobbs
Powerhouse
is gonna
Hobbs?
be there. Hobbs.
Hobbs is going to be there.
I'll see him another time.
Absolute Ricky Starks.
I'll see
He might
him in a
piss
bigger
off
promotion.
Adam again.
I'll see him in a bigger promotion.
No.
I'll see him in a bigger promotion.
No.
Both of
hurt
them
you,
I'll
Joe?
see in a bigger promotion soon anyway, so it's not even an issue.
Yeah, you'll see him on the CW network, hopefully.
I'll take it.
It's number 19 of all networks.
I will take.
TBS is 16, I believe.
I'm going to make them shoot up the ratings. I'm going to watch the CW just to make sure they're beating AEW.
There's only one reason I would watch that. Sean Mooney.
Ian,
Well, according to Wiki, Tony Khan has no kids.
no comment. I almost said something really, really bad.
Listen, we know what happened on the Tuesday Night Wars last week, okay? WWE smacked them around. But let's be honest, if WWE didn't have Cena, Taker, LA Knight, maybe it could have been an even playing field.
Well,
It wouldn't have mattered.
No.
But I think it could have.
it played out differently this week. I know
they did really good last night.
we're jumping around a little bit in our schedule.
Should I give them the ratings for you?
I think we should talk about the ratings now. It's flows.
Who are you trying to message, Jamal?
Last night, AEW Dynamite averaged 901,000 viewers on TBS, up 48% from last week.
I was gonna say, what was it last week?
609,000.
I mean,
That's
they
when they
got
went
over
head-to-head.
1 million during the Jay White and Penta match.
That's pretty damn good. Viewership was up 12.6% from 2 weeks ago, and I think Dynamite drew, what was it, 0.31 rating in the 18 to 49 demo, and 19.2% from last week, and up 10%, almost 11% from 2 weeks ago. This was one of their better draws in a long time. And then NXT averaged 798,000 viewers on Tuesday this week, which was down 13.4%. Without John Cena, without The Undertaker, without LA Knight, without Cody Rhodes.
I think a slight dip is always going to be expected without Taker and Cena, because they're just the homers that are always going to tune in for Taker. That guy could be 80 trying to pick up somebody and choke slam him, and people are going to tune in.
But the thing about Taker is they never completely advertised him.
So they rang the gong. Come on. Wrestling fans aren't stupid, Jones.
It was all over that Taker was going to be at NXT. We all
but
knew
it was never officially said.
They alluded to it.
I hate going against King Jones. Hold on.
Listen here,
I hate going against King Jones.
Listen here, Meltzer Jones. It was advertised.
Whoa.
It was advertised, okay?
So I hate going against King Jones, but as casual as I am, I knew Taker was there. So everybody knew Taker was there.
But here's the thing. If you paid attention to the ads, they told you exactly when Taker was going to show up. So the fact is, people didn't have to turn in until almost the end of the show. But they watched the entire show.
That's because they wanted to hear Cody's announcement. Cena was going to be on there.
LA Knight was a guest referee.
Heyman, and the whole
Oscar was wrestling. They brought the big boys and girls.
Okay.
Now, I'm not mad at Triple H. It was a very calculated move. It was a calculated move. And, we now know that Triple H has been knighted by Endeavor. Ari Emanuel's like, yo, Vince, go to the side.
Can you blame him?
Triple H is my guy now. Like,
I don't know how you cannot think that would ever not been the case. I mean, Triple H is just...
The casual didn't know. Those who know how Ari did with UFC knew. So all of us on screen knew. But the casual fan was like, oh no, Vince is back in charge. Wait, you got to wait it out. There was always an out clause for Vince. Vince knew he wasn't going to be around forever. Vince wanted that last big payday.
As soon as it became official.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to his documentary.
I seriously believe Ari's going to do the same thing he did with UFC. Because when he first bought him, he bought 51%. And then a couple years later, he owns the whole 100%. He bought out the rest of the 49%. He's going to do that with this.
That's smart business. Why own the majority we can own the whole thing?
He's gonna shoot out everybody. And Vince will be gone in a couple years. I mean, he's not in creative control right now. I mean, Ari already said about the SmackDown viewership or with the media rights. He's already blaming Vince. With that, he's like, Vince was partially responsible for that.
Mm-hmm. So, there you go. AEW bounced back this week. I'm not an AEW hater. I just like their owner. I just like some of the talent. I just like how the talent I like is being used in a lot of instances.
Yeah. Just tell Ricky Starks to stay in his lane next time.
That's right. Put me over the edge.
That was one of the few comments I had an issue with.
He called me a vanilla midget. Tony, do something about
it. Here's the problem with that whole promo. Since everything was unscripted, those two were actually heated with each other. So it came off very badly. I kind of like the unscripted fact, but for that look, it needed to be kind of scripted for someone who hasn't worked in an unscripted environment in years. If that makes sense.
No, that makes sense for sure.
Because Edge is used to more so hey, hit these bullet points. You can kind of do what you want, but hit these bullet points.
Yeah.
Oh, Edge held his own, man. He went with he wanted to say something other than
he stumbled.
Midget.
He stumbled on that point, the delivery of that point.
Yes, but he caught himself and got in.
He recovered nicely, but you could he was irked. He was definitely irked. And then, of course, Meltzer had to jump all over that and blow it out of proportion. They're mad at each other. They're man.
They were probably mad in the ring. Edge is a constant professional. He probably went back and talked to him. Hey, let's let cooler heads prevail.
According to Meltzer, WWE doesn't want Punk right now. They're not.
Oh, they're not even talking. According to Meltzer,
why would they talk right now when he's still under?
Well, it's because he's signed to Impact. That's why.
No, he knows better. He doesn't want to go back to the Indies. So,
where's Bound for Glory on Saturday?
Chicago.
It could happen. Kind of like what he did. What was the indie show? Was it in Philly or was it in Chicago? Like he came out in the mask and then he gave the dude the GTS and then.
I think that was Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
What if just for shits and giggles on his own, he just shows up to the event in the crowd?
He's done that before.
Yeah.
Oh, Punk will be at Survivor Series.
Just true the
100% wrong.
Like when they say WWE is not interested right now, they gotta say that.
Because they just opened up 4 sections.
Yeah. What is it, like almost 3,000 seats?
Yeah, it's over 15,000 capacity now.
Yeah. Like if they say like, hey, yeah, we're talking, that's breach of Punk's still under technically under contracts. You can't.
They're doing the right thing. Like you respond yeah, no, we're not.
They're keeping everything close to the vest, but
like we're not talking.
We're not talking, and yet we're going to drop all these subtle and not so subtle.
Hey, Shinsuke, start using the GTS as your move.
Hey, USA Network.
Out of nowhere.
USA Network. Type best in the world in the caption.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. But Tony's he'll cry about that too.
He's still CM Punk. They told him to fight me, so now he wants to leave.
That's it.
But I was watching, JD from NY, gosh, I love his rants. Imagine Triple H giving CM Punk a live mic to go talk about Tony Khan at AEW. Like, imagine.
That would have to be on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be able to censor that quick enough.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. Since we're talking about AEW, there was a huge announcement that I saw coming from a mile away, but nonetheless, it was a huge announcement.
Did we start the hashtag now?
Nick Dwayne's mom's doing OnlyFans?
The icon.
Damn it.
Sting!
It's Sting!
The one who came from the rafters with the crow, the formerly known as the man called Sting, has announced his retirement date. AEW Revolution 2024. So depending upon when they actually do it, it's usually around March, first or second week of March. They haven't announced the venue or official date yet, but that's his exit. That's going to be his swan song.
Should be in California.
That would be nice. They should try to get a venue in Venice Beach just to do it.
I got an opponent for him too.
Who would be the opponent?
Darby.
Ric Flair.
Oh. No, Jesus Christ, no.
Ric Flair wants to fight again.
Darby Allin, teacher versus student. Perfect way to go out.
Now, does Darby retire Sting?
I'm going to say yes.
Oh, no.
I'm going to say yes. Let's be a nice little passing of the torch.
But, with Sting's retirement, I want to know everybody's, about Sting. What do you guys, like?
Well, I'm the Warrior guy, so, obviously I love that whole, him and but my fond memories of Sting, I do like the Crow. The Crow was a great character. He had a lot of good runs, but man, those Sting at Great American Bashes in the early 90s, and
I love Sting versus Vader.
That era, oh my God, I just love that Sting. I wish I had more of it.
Me with Sting. I mean,
I already know Jones's answer.
I mean, to me, Sting had like 3 feuds, big feuds in his career. One is Vader.
Flair, Vader, and Rude.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Like, I wouldn't say Hogan because it wasn't like, but like you look at Sting and Rude, they feuded over the U.S. title and the world title. Him and Flair when he beat Flair at Great American Bash to win that belt. I mean, and then, they had the last match on Nitro. Like, they feuded all through the 90s, and then Vader, they were feuding from like 92 to basically 94.
Mm-hmm.
That was what, Starrcade 92? Yeah.
No, it was great. He lost it at Great American Bash to Vader. He lost the title. But I mean, like,
there's a lot of moments, and I'm gonna nod to Jones. His run in TNA was epic.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, but Bound for Glory, what, 2009? Is that when he fought AJ?
Yep.
But with like Sting, you look at Sting and Shawn Michaels. Those are the only two that didn't jump ship. Like during the wars, or like during, like whenever. I know people say,
underrated.
Come on, do not. No, I am not watching Halloween Havoc 92 and seeing Jake with the snake. Like,
wait, wasn't that the same Havoc Warrior and Hogan had their debacle?
No, that was 6 years later.
Was that was later? Never mind. Yeah,
but like you look at like I said, like Sting and HBK. Those are the only two. Like, people will say, well, Taker never. Well, he was in WCW first, and then he went to WCW. I mean WWF. Like, Sting.
I forgot about
Capital Combat 1990.
1990.
Yeah, the return of RoboCop.
But I mean, like, Sting probably had the greatest War Games match. Sting Squadron versus Dangerous Alliance.
Yep. That was.
I mean, but like I cannot forget the Crow Sting, because like when you saw it happen, you're like, yo, is he with NWO? Like Monday Night Wars, you didn't know he's sitting up there. What's gonna happen?
I have to agree with this. I have to agree with this.
Wow.
You won. You won. You won completely.
Next subject.
I mean, you know what? To be honest, I mean, he did carry him and end the match. I mean, he did what he could.
I've never seen Sting so upset in my life.
I remember my little brother was really into TNA at the time, and he's a big Jeff Hardy fan. Every now and then, just bring up Victory Road, man.
Joker Sting, I liked.
Yeah, Joker Sting was crazy.
No, he was great in Impact.
But I mean,
awesome in TNA.
It's great watching, Sting growing up, and now like look at, like, we saw him when we were kids, teenagers. Now we're adults, seeing him finally retire. Like, I thought he should have retired after he had the neck injury with Seth Rollins. But
I'm glad he didn't, though. I still don't think he should be taking the bumps that he's taking at 64 years of age. But seeing his presence and what he's doing for Darby, that's not for much longer.
I'm going to make my comment on Sting since I waited to the end. I've always been a fan of Sting since I first was introduced to him. I went back and watched his old stuff when he was part of the Blade Runners with the Warrior. Sting had a phenomenal career from NWA to WCW, TNA. It was good seeing him in WWE, but I didn't get what I wanted out of it. They never gave me my Sting and Undertaker match.
Agreed.
If they had given me that would have been a complete circle for me. But him in AEW, I like it, but I don't like it because I get scared every time I see him jump off of something. However, I will always stand on this hill, and I'm willing to die on this hill. I wish Sting had the opportunities in WWE at that time that the Warrior had. I would have loved to have seen Sting at that time be in that WrestleMania 7 position. Or WrestleMania 6.
It was
position.
possible.
Yeah.
A lot of people said, what if, like, you had Sting versus Hogan? Like, I remember they created a little poster for that.
And I wouldn't, obviously me being the mark I am, it's like I want to like combat that, but like at the end of the day, I wouldn't have been upset. I know Warrior rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and his career was what it was, short-lived and everything like that. So we can always do the what ifs, but Hogan Sting WrestleMania 6, I wouldn't be mad at. I just couldn't.
Always thought it should have been perfect and Hogan in that spot. Because they were feuding at the time.
I wonder if Sting is gonna stick around though. He's not gonna wrestle anymore, but I wonder how long he's got left on his contract. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I don't know.
Is he going to retire as a TV personality? Is he going to on-screen character? Or is he going to just retire from wrestling?
I can't see him going to TV. That's a good question.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. He's 64 now, and he's been very vocal about how he's feeling, especially when he's taking bumps and things like that, as I can only imagine. Yeah, I cringe every time he takes one of those leaps because I think
when he took off the ladder.
Man, it scares me because you never know in those moments, right? They risk their lives, and your body is not as strong and as limber as it once was, despite the shape that he's in, and he's a professional athlete. Still, man, you never know.
And at his age, you got to give him that props for that longevity of. There's a lot of 64-year-old wrestlers right now that just don't look the way he looks or would dream about looking the way he looks right now.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen Sting with the invasion angle in WWE back in 2001. Like, if you would have had him, Goldberg, Big Papa Pump, Kevin Nash, maybe Luger, like.
There were a lot of stars that could have came over.
Yeah, they're correct. But, they all had those contracts, and they got to sit home.
I say you can't blame him. No, I thought you was paying me that much. I'd have sat on my ass at home too.
I remember Luger said in a shoot interview, he's like, "Yo, I would have went over, but I had this contract, so I just sat, the Turner money,
Oh, anyone would. Come on, if any of us on the screen said otherwise, we'd be lying. They're paying you millions of dollars to stay at home.
Ooh, Sting would have looked good with that X Division belt, man.
I'm not anybody with the X Division title. I'm not going to complain about.
Nico gets it.
Yeah. Good for Sting.
Yeah, like he's going out. At least he's going out. At least he's going out on his own terms.
Yeah.
I'm glad he can still walk. His matches, like, okay, Sting, slow down, but at least he's not pulling a Flair.
Flair's gonna retire a second time.
I hope not.
Flair's gonna campaign for that Sting match,
It's gonna be in the crowd.
He's gonna call Sting the match.
You know what? There's another match I wouldn't mind seeing. So there's actually 3 now. Darby's one. Samoa Joe's another one from TNA, and Jeff Jarrett.
All good options. I'm not going to critique any of those. Those are all great choices.
I would pick Jarrett only because Jarrett's faced him in 3 different promotions.
I think Jarrett makes the most sense to kind of come full circle. But I definitely see them maybe leaning towards Darby for obvious reasons, but Jarrett would make the most sense.
I think Sting is the only person that has been in every wrestling game for WCW, WWE, TNA, and AEW.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, everybody else is just short one.
Yeah.
Or
End of an
actually,
era, man.
yeah, Christian just missed WCW.
Yeah.
Because he's been right there with him.
Oh, come on, Juan.
Will you stop?
Oh, hey.
It's a decent episode.
Don't slap me.
Agree.
I'm from Philly too. Don't slap me, Will.
I mean, even Collision and Rampage were up in their ratings as well this past week. So
It's good. So it's overdue for them.
yeah.
What do we have next?
I don't know. MJF and a roll of quarters. I don't know.
That was also an issue.
He defended it though online. I'm not sure if you guys saw.
Who defended it?
MJF.
Well, he didn't defend it. He kind of used it to promote his appearance.
Yeah.
Which I get, but on the same token, it was like it's not so much I'm saying you were wrong. I'm saying read the audience, know what's going on. Greatly appreciated, sir. Welcome to the family. That's just bad timing. It's right along the lines of the Undertaker, Muhammad Hassan situation. Bad timing. Like you could have preempted it. You could have preempted it another week or two.
WWE.
Let's see. I knew of something else I wanted to cover, but I'm getting old, so I forget things.
LA Knight.
We got two other. Well, we got two others in a faction. Yeah.
LA Knight. Yeah.
Nah.
Dummy.
I loved it on SmackDown. He's like, "You're the champion, tribal chief." Yeah. Nah.
He's getting that Cena rub, baby.
He definitely.
Oh, that's true.
Very good. Very true. Yeah, that's he's getting put. He got pushed right into a main event spot by getting the rub from Cena. Cena could have easily just said, "Yeah, I want the spot."
Nah.
Well, I mean, but it's rumored that it's going to be Cena and Roman at Crown Jewel. Like that was the rumor.
I heard 3 different rumors at this point now. Initially, it was supposed to be AJ and Roman at Crown Jewel.
No, they don't want to do that.
Then it became Cena and Roman at Crown Jewel.
I like
now
that
it's
better.
potentially LA Knight and Roman at Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
Like, put them all in a match. Last man standing.
I don't like LA Knight versus Roman at Crown Jewel. I like LA Knight versus Roman at Royal Rumble. But then, you won't have LA Knight in the Rumble because if LA Knight is in the Rumble and he doesn't win, Cody's going to get the 2015 Roman treatment. I mean, because we know it's going to be Cody and Roman at WrestleMania. We know that.
I was happy that they finally solidified that.
Yeah. Like, even though, like when they had their stare down last week on SmackDown, the crowd was into it.
Yeah, they were.
But I don't like Cody winning the Rumble back to back. Like, I just don't like it, but I get it. I mean, I know that's where they're going. But if you have LA Knight in that Rumble and Cody wins it and LA Knight gets eliminated, the crowd's going to go.
This is a situation where if you're going to stick to your guns with that, you got to do a double elimination. So one gets shot at one title, the other one gets a shot at the other title.
Or you do the LA Knight, Cody, like they did the Daniel Bryan Edge WrestleMania. They both get the shot at Roman.
I would make LA Knight fight
Rollins or whoever is the champion. Yeah,
you could, but I mean, I have no issue
Wait,
with
wait,
it.
wait, 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 wait.
Mhm.
We welcome you to the family, but I have questions now. Major questions. The first two, I have no issue with. The third, I can
Solo?
see Solo versus Roman makes sense. But
Brace yourself.
huh? Grimes to the moon? Don't
Just
get me
breathe.
wrong. I've
Just
liked
breathe.
Grimes since I saw him in TNA Impact era. But it's just like, huh? He's a great wrestler. He needs to do something on the mid card first. Be Intercontinental Champion for a little bit. Maybe U.S. Champion. Maybe Tag Team Champion. I don't know.
You know
But,
what? You know what's crazy is SmackDown. Their ratings were at 2.4 million.
Yeah, that was very, very.
It's the Roman effect. I mean,
It is the Roman effect.
But- but when we talk about like LA Knight's big push, like it's deservingly so because of his merch. But you're basically gonna feed him to Roman to get to Cody.
Yeah.
and then what do you do with LA Knight after that? Right? You're not just gonna build him up
Yeah.
and then do nothing with him afterwards.
That's what I'm saying. Push him towards the
The
World
IC
Heavyweight
title?
Championship.
I
Give
even
him
like
that.
to see-
Okay, so here's this. You have LA Knight win the Rumble, not Cody. But Cody somehow gets to Roman at Mania. And LA Knight could fight the Raw champion. You could do that. Possibly.
Because the way I would like, I'm looking at it like Seth was champion. Seth is your first champion. He's held it for a while. You're trying to give some lineage to it, so I get it. You don't want the
Mhm.
hot potato effect. But after Seth wins, actually here's two things I got. After Roman loses, I don't want champions over 2 months right now. At least on that belt. Maybe 3 months to 3 to 4 months at most.
I don't like Cody and Jay winning these belts and then losing
and
them.
then dropping them.
Yeah, so quick.
That's some AEW booking right there.
Here's where I'm confused. If Jimmy was mad that his brother won a tag team belt without him, wouldn't it make more sense for to beat him with his other brother? To say
It
I
would
was the
have
better
been
brother?
sense. Yes,
Yeah.
you should have did Solo and Jimmy versus Jay and Cody. Like I know at Survivor Series they're talking about the War Games match again, and you're gonna have Judgment Day possibly in one, side. Who's gonna be on the other side? No, but
It's gonna be Cody, Jay, Sammy, LA
KO.
Knight, and KO.
could
And
be.
it'll be the Judgment Day and Roman and Solo.
Where's Jimmy at?
He should have thought about that before he cost his brother the tag team belts.
But like with LA Knight, like how we're talking like with Cody and LA Knight and all this stuff, like it's a good problem to have because it just your roster now is pretty
You got a
strong.
stacked
Pretty
roster
damn good.
on
Yeah.
technically on all three brands.
Like it's a good issue. Like it reminds me of the 2001 Royal Rumble. Like it was Pac, Kane, Taker, Rock, Austin. You're like, damn, who's gonna win this?
This is going to go down as an era where the roster, like we're going to look back on it 10 years, say, wow, they had a lot of talent at this time.
Yeah.
We're looking close to that era when it was a true brand split when you had Heyman in the SmackDown 6
Yeah.
and Raw still had his heavy hitters.
I think it was Shawn Michaels. This caught my eye. Shawn Michaels did an interview. I think he was talking about like the next wave of people like training at NXT at the Performance Center. And he said the people that like do like the gymnastics, that do like the flips and all that stuff, catching on quicker than pro athletes are. Like,
it's a faster pace in NXT now.
I mean, like, people don't like that, type of like jumpy, but it's where it's going. Like,
wrestling's evolved.
It's a mix, but it's
Mm-hmm. You still got some solid big guys down at NXT who I'm waiting to see come off an injury.
Yeah, like
because there was one I can't remember.
When's Braun Breaker come up?
That's what I was just gonna say.
He'll probably be in the Rumble. I can see him showing up in the Rumble. But there's one big guy in NXT who just eerily reminds me of Monty Brown. I saw him one time.
That's Marcus Corvon.
I'm talking about Monty Brown.
I know.
I'm talking not the Corvon. But he reminded me of a very alpha man. As soon as I remember his name, I will send you the video I'm talking about. I believe I sent it to you before, Panetta. But he was a very eerily reminiscent.
You did.
Shoot. But he got injured right after in that match, so it was like he was gone immediately.
Yeah.
But this dude was just jacked. He had the kind of charisma. It was just like I needed that because the alpha male is the second biggest misstep in TNA history.
Ooh, I agree. I think Monty Brown should have been the champion.
Yeah.
You know what I thought? Who I thought was going to win the championship was Chris Harris, because I remember Vince Russo building him up during that feud with Jeff Jarrett. Chris, this is your story. You're gonna. Speaking of stories,
well, hey, Braden Walker. Braden Walker, but go to WWF and WWE and
he did not look like Chris Harris.
Yeah, he looked like he ate Chris Harris.
Yeah,
you jacked in TNA, you show up in WWE a few 100 pounds heavier.
Different
I don't know if he has a body condition or something like that. I'm just going off of what I saw.
Wasn't his finisher a splash off the top rope?
Yep.
Instead of the spinning sidewalk slam?
Yeah. Instead of the catatonic.
Catatonic, that's right.
Like, I'm still shocked to this day WWE has not reached out to my guy, James Storm.
He was supposed to, I think, before COVID.
I forgot the pandemic got him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because AJ's music was supposed to be his.
That's right. That's what it was.
And Glorious was supposed to be Nakamura's.
And he said no. He said no. He said, this is nothing like what I would come out to.
It worked out in that sense, but having James Storm, I would love to see Beer Money in WWE.
Just have one tag team.
Yeah, just one. Just one would have.
One of my favorite feuds in TNA was the 7-match series between the Motor City Machine Guns and Beer Money.
Yeah.
Beer Money and FTR would have been good.
Oh, man.
Good.
Oh, you're cooking.
Ethan, that's your homework. Find some TNA. Look up Beer Money Inc.
I just started looking up TNA only because I wanted to get caught up on Perk Angle.
Okay, well, that's around the same era. Beer Money is in my opinion, is one of the greatest tag teams you're ever going to see. And it was a makeshift type style tag team.
You know, it's funny, like they were opposites. I remember James Storm said, I'm all about money and Rude's all about drinking.
Yep.
Like it was the opposite.
That was good.
Sorry about your damn luck.
Yep.
Oh, good times, man.
I'll tell you this. Download what's that app called?
Tubi or is it Pluto?
Pluto TV.
Pluto.
They got an Impact channel.
They do.
My normal pirating app or my normal pirating website just got taken down.
No, it's not even. It's just a.
This isn't pirating. This is a free app.
I've been using this website for the longest time. It's sports, movies, everything, the whole bit. They just got. Yeah, got.
Download Pluto TV. They got an Impact channel.
We have options for you.
Yeah.
I have options, but I can't speak of them.
I said off air. Away from the public eye.
But I think next, after this, we can go into talk about SmackDown. They got a new general manager.
Yes. I'm impressed with this because they instead of just having him be an agent, he's an agent because now he's an authority figure. Aldis, Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis.
Yeah.
All of this.
All of this. I got distracted by the cowboy hat. Kurt Angle talk.
Yippee ki
Yeah.
I got Olympical.
Nick Aldis as the authority figure on SmackDown is fitting. I like his wit is already showing when
with Dom.
Yeah, his quick quip with Dom was amazing.
I'm a fan of your father.
If you're talking, you're muted, Ethan.
Oh, my bad. I said I love that whole introduction Triple H did, and they had Dom out there. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I was like, damn, he's quick with it.
Like, I figured you would have had him coming out from the back, like not just standing.
Yeah, he
there
just
on the
ran.
side.
It was like I didn't even know he was out there. It's like, hey, it
He was
was the
sitting by
worst.
the announce table.
It was the worst introduction of an
Yeah.
intro. It was like, hey,
There was like no crowd pop or none. They're like,
well, they didn't even know where he was coming from. It's like Nick Aldis. He was like, huh? He's here. Fair.
I like having GMs on both shows. It reminds me of, the Ruthless Aggression era.
Yes.
Where you had Bischoff on Raw and Heyman on SmackDown. But I like it because of the dynamic between Pierce and Aldis. You got two former NWA World Champions.
One more match.
Yeah, like
one more match. If it's not against
this.
Cody.
I hope at Survivor Series you do Team Raws versus Team SmackDowns.
Yeah, that'll be good because you can see the dynamic.
Yes.
And just make it worth something. Like, hey, if this person loses, whichever brand wins, I get to steal one person of my choosing from your brand.
Yeah. Here's what I would do. One match I would do with a team. Gunther, team captain for Raw. And then Mysterio, the US champion. Oh, this is gonna suck for Team SmackDown. Captain as SmackDown's team because it's Team IC versus Team US. Basically do that.
It's gonna end up being Imperium versus the LWO. So because that's exactly how they would pick the team. But I like where your mind was going, but that's exactly how they would pick.
Yeah. I get Team Imperium in a sweep.
Yeah. Or like they could take it back like it used to be. Champion versus champion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, remember when they did the NXT like North America?
Yeah, like I got it because I got a feeling them tag team belts is getting split very soon.
You know what? I remember
you got two GMs now. I'm like, I want my belts back.
It was the Survivor Series when it was the 2016 Survivor Series. It was when Brock, lost to Goldberg in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So I remember I get home from like a party, late family party, and I'm watching, I'm fast forward, I was like, so I was like behind, and I'm watching the 5-on-5, the Raw versus SmackDown match. Anybody knew about that match? It was like an hour long.
Yeah.
And my buddy's like already on the Goldberg and Lesnar. He's like, oh shit. I'm like, he's like, yo, where you at? I'm like, oh, I'm still in this 5-on-5 match. I'm like, how long is this damn match? I think it was like an hour later. I'm like, oh shit, Goldberg won in 30 seconds. Like, I just like them. I'm on my Survivor Series kick right now.
It's that time.
I'm getting in the mood.
I'm on 92, the first one I ever went to. Fucking warrior. I'm sorry for my language, but just saying. Supposed to see him in the main event. Dude gets fired a week before.
He showed me too at the I forget what event it was. It was in Sacramento. He showed. That was my chance.
But I still got to see the first ever nightstick match, first ever coffin match. So not bad.
Not a bad consolation.
No, first ever pay-per-view. I was 6. Happy. So I think we got everything announcement. I think. Oh, the faction, Jones. You gonna do that?
Do we have the image on here or? Let's see.
I don't think we do.
We don't. Crud.
Damn it, Joe.
Hey,
Don't yell
man.
at me.
I'm not yelling at you.
I'm yelling at him.
Canadian up the border.
Fucking Joe.
The Mountie.
Oh, I'll pick the Mountie.
Cattle prod your ass.
I just watched that Dark Side again, the Dino
I've
Bravo
only
one.
been to one SummerSlam Survivor Series my whole life.
Which one was that?
What was this? Actually, was it Survivor Series? Yeah, yeah, that's the one I was disappointed. Booker T lost the belt to Batista.
Ooh, was that
Was that 2006?
6?
Yeah.
I want to say so, yeah.
Yeah, I left that night very disappointed.
I thought you were gonna say SummerSlam when Triple H came back and faced King Booker.
No, it was all hell King Booker. So we'll do the faction thing. Let me see if I can remember the picture myself. Does everyone else have the picture?
No.
We'll do it next time.
All right, cool.
Sorry,
everybody.
Sorry about your damn luck.
You'll have to get it in 2 weeks.
I can send it to everybody really quickly. I just found it. You have yours, Joe?
Yes.
Oh, I just resent it. Sorry.
Damn it, Jones.
I said sorry. I was already on it. Just send it to everybody. I said I'm going to send it to everybody. What I would look like just not including you if I say everyone.
Everyone.
Let's see if I can airdrop.
One from each row?
Yep. I saw this on Sportskeeda. Build your dream faction. Have a good night, gamer. We will see you soon.
We'd love to hear who Babel would pick. Just throwing that out there.
Pick one. Your dream faction. You have to pick one from each row. There's a powerhouse row that includes Batista, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Goldberg, and Kane. The high flyer row includes Rob Van Dam.
Let's just
Rey
go for the
Mysterio.
first row. Let's go for the first row then. Everybody pick.
Okay.
Would be your powerhouse.
So to repeat it,
we allowing duplicates, or are we just saying who you would build?
Period. Batista, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Goldberg, or Kane.
Yeah, so there's no duplicates, right? Or are we all?
We can do duplicates because it's just you're building your faction. We'll do no duplicate. We can do no duplicates afterwards because we might not all pick the same person.
Well,
I'm taking Lesnar.
So am I.
It pains me. I'm gonna take Roman.
So am I. I'm taking Roman.
Okay, so high flyer.
AJ Styles, without a
you
doubt.
got Rob Van Dam, Rey Mysterio, AJ Styles, Vader. How's Vader a freaking high flyer? And Eddie Guerrero.
I'm gonna stay with my brother, and I'm going with Eddie.
Why?
I didn't pick AJ. It would have been Eddie for me, but I'm picking AJ.
I'm picking AJ. If I didn't, I'd be very sacrilegious.
I'm going with my guy who I loved in ECW, RVD.
Both of my picks were made with a reason. I have the same birthday as Roman, and AJ Styles is my favorite wrestler.
Man, I could just see.
We know.
Jones,
I thought your favorite wrestler was in the third row.
Jones? No, Jones. I know what Jones is doing. Jones is going straight in a straight line. Watch.
No, Hogan's to the right.
You know it's going to deviate.
Okay. Next row is leader. You got Undertaker, John Cena, Triple H, Hulk Hogan, Chris Jericho.
I'm just gonna jump out there. I'm gonna take Undertaker because I don't think there'd probably be a better leader / locker room leader around.
I'm also picking Undertaker.
Now, can I take? Is this like Hollywood Hogan or any Hogan?
You just take it's a variation of him.
I'm taking Hogan. I loved NWO Hogan. Probably the best bad guy ever.
Can't believe I'm saying this.
Say it.
If I have to pick a leader from this row, based on their in-ring career,
Just say
and
it.
knowing what they do,
Stalling.
I would have to pick Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
I would not pick Triple H because he is known for turning on his faction. John Cena is never good in a faction. The Undertaker beats people up in a faction. He beats up his people. He's a great locker room leader. So I'll
He
give you
beat
that
the shit
answer.
out of the Brood.
Yeah. And Jericho, I cannot pick. What do we have next?
Tag
So,
team.
there you have it,
Tag
folks.
team.
I picked Hulk Hogan. Be happy.
Tag team. You got the Usos, Edge and Christian, the New Day, Dudley Boys, or the Hardy Boys.
Go fuck yourself.
Is that who you're picking?
That's who I'm picking. Little Canadian flavor right there.
I'm taking the Usos. I enjoy them. I'm taking the Usos.
I'm going the Dudley Boys.
Get the tables.
Jones, take the New Day and move forward.
That's they're the one tag. There are actually two tag teams I wouldn't pick at all, and it'd be the New Day and the Hardy Boys. I'm torn. I'm really torn on this one. One part of me wants to go swing Usos. The other part of me wants to go to Dudley Boys because
No one picked the Hardys.
not in a faction.
No.
That's not a dream faction. That's a nightmare.
Maybe the first two jumped backstage.
I'm going. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and go against my normal judgment. I'm gonna take the Dudley Boys.
Interesting.
All right.
You and Jones agreed on the Dudleys and on
Hogan.
What was the other one?
No, Hogan. The last two, me and Joey agreed on.
All right. Manager, last row. You got Bobby the Brain Heenan, Jimmy Hart, Paul Heyman, Paul Bear, Don Callis. Come on, Panetta, pick your Canadian guy.
No, I'm picking Bobby the Brain.
I'm going prime Bobby the Brain.
I'm not mad at that.
I love Bobby the Brain Heenan. One of my favorite announcers and one of my favorite managers. But I'm going with the manager of champions, Paul Heyman. The GOAT.
See, but this is the manager of people, not champions. So, I mean, I don't know how you can go against Bobby.
Oh, Heyman in a faction is great. The Dangerous Alliance. The Bloodline.
See, here's where I would love to pick Heyman, but I can't.
Can you imagine Heyman looking at Hogan like the way he looks at Reigns?
Jones is going to be like, oh,
I can't pick Heyman. I'm going to go completely left.
You're picking Don Callis.
He's picking Don Callis.
I am picking Don Callis.
Wow.
I can't pick Heyman because I have AJ Styles on my team.
You don't want Heyman to kick him out.
Yeah, I don't want any beef. So I'm gonna go with Callis, even though and Bobby the Brain Heenan wouldn't work well with Hogan.
You see where I went with Heyman. See, I
Yeah.
got like Lesnar and Heyman connection. RVD and Heyman connection. Heyman and Hogan, there's no connection, but I can make it work.
You got the Dudleys and Heyman.
Yep.
Yeah. ECW reboot plus Hulk Hogan.
So we got some powerful factions here. There's no factions in here. I would be like, nah, your faction's weak. Everybody's got a faction that's like, all right, we can cause some damage and then want to run whatever promotion they're in.
If this was like 4 people, I would love to do this as a War Games and a 2K.
We could always do that. We're like, there's no we do a list, no repeats.
Yeah, but War Games only has 4.
Oh yeah, fuck. You know what I mean? We can do like, what is? We can make it work. The
You could
leader doesn't always have
remove
to
one.
fight. The leader doesn't always have to fight
You could remove.
because the leader would be the one I would eliminate from an action anyway.
Might just do like a bracket style.
Yeah, like say it's left versus left, right versus right. Winner faces them in the middle for faction supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to come up with a different list and then rock out with it.
I like it.
Sounds good.
So we've had fun. We've covered it all. And if you didn't like it, I've got 2 words for you.
Guns up.
Nah.
Next week.
2 weeks. We're on.
Is it 2 weeks or is
It's 2 weeks.
okay?
2
2
weeks
weeks
we'll be back. Next
2 weeks
week
we have an interview.
Get the strap.
So 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
No, 3
Damn.
weeks. 2 weeks we
Okay.
have an interview.
Yeah, we
it's going to
do.
be 2 weeks. I got something planned. We'll
right,
do
so we gotta do
a
another
special
date.
show. We'll do a special show because we ain't doing that. Even if it's just me and Ethan, we'll do that. So we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Until then,
Bro. 2 weeks, bro.
Bro.
TTFN.
Bro.